Right, okay folks, welcome back. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, we're looking at mathswatch CD, grade C, clip 103 by myself, Mr. Iqbal, expanding and simplifying brackets. Today's date is 3rd of December 2013. Okay, right, let's have a look at these questions. In these particular questions, we got single brackets and we got two sets of single brackets. So it's not double brackets as such. We'll bring that in the next video hopefully. So let's have a look at these questions. Now, we have inside the brackets, we have x add 3. And that's going to be multiplied by 2 on the outside. That 2 is the multiplier. X plus 3 is being imprisoned by the brackets and we need to expand it. So we start with the 2 and we multiply it by the x. So we say 2 times by x, it will give us 2x. And then we have 2, we times it by the plus 3. That will give us an answer of plus 6. So here, the sign is very important. 2 times by x will give us 2x. 2 times by plus 3 will give us plus 6. So the sign that goes in the middle didn't come from there. It actually came from the answer. Because that could be plus, but if that was a minus, that would be a minus. So it doesn't take. So don't copy the sign down. Do it from what the answer is giving you. The question 2 times by plus 3 is plus 6. Okay, let's move on to the next question. We have x squared add 2y squared inside the bracket multiplied by 4 outside. So it's all been held together by the time by 4. How do we know it's time by 4? There's no sign there. Any number or letter outside means times. So we multiply the 4 by the first item, then by the second item. So 4 times by x squared. 4 times by x squared will give us 4x squared. We have 4 times by plus 2y. 4 multiplied by plus 2y squared. Okay, so that will give us plus 8y squared. Done. Okay. Next question on the bottom, we have p. We have 3p minus 7q inside the bracket, been all held together by a time by p. So the p we multiply it by the first item, p times by 3p. That will give us, Hassan, p times by 3p will give us 3p squared. P times by not 7q. It's not p times by 7q, it's p times by minus 7q. That sign is absolutely imperative. So p times by minus 7q. So now here comes the negative numbers again into the question. So that will give you minus 7pq. Now remember, the p and the q's won't combine to give you something squared. Because the p is one item and the q is another item. P times by q simply becomes pq. Okay, so you won't get a squared item in this particular part here. Done. Okay, let's move to the middle part of the board. So now we got 3y inside plus 4x inside the brackets multiplied by 2y. So let's multiply it out. So 2y times by the first item. So 2y times by 3y. 2y times by 3y as we done from the previous video. 2 times by 3 will give you 6. Y times by y will give you y squared. Now we're going to multiply 2y by the next item, which is plus 4x squared. So 2 times by, so we're going to have here, 2y times by plus 4x squared. Right. 2 times by 4, we multiply the numerical part, that will give us plus 8. Y times by x squared will give us y squared. That won't simplify any further because they're two separate items, we just put them together. So that gives you 6y squared plus 8y x squared for that one. Here comes the next question. Hassan, ready for the next one?
Yeah.
So we have x plus y is our first part of the expression, times by 2, and then we have another x plus y times by 3. So let's multiply the first part. So 2 times by x will give us 2x. 2 times by plus y will give us plus 2y. Okay? 2 times by plus y, the emphasis on the sign will be plus 2y. Next, so Mr. Hassan, plus 3 times by x will give us plus 3x. Plus 3 times by plus y. Plus 3 times by plus y will give us plus 3y. And in this particular instance, we can do another step of the calculation, which is simplification. We have 2x and another plus 3x. So 2x add 3x will give us 5x. And then we have 2y plus 3y. That will give us another plus y. I have 2y and I have another 3y. I have 5y, and the question is done. Okay, let's have a look at this bottom one here. We have x plus 2y inside the first bracket multiplied by 3, and then we have the second bracket x minus y being multiplied by minus 3. Okay, ready for that one? So let's do the same again. So start with the 3. We have to multiply everything inside. 3 times by x will give us 3x. 3 times by plus 2y. Remember, it's 3 times by plus 2y. That will give us plus 6y. It's not rocket science, folks. Come on. Get your act together. Let's get this sorted. We have minus 3 now, times by the x. Minus 3 times by the x will give us minus 3x. We have minus 3 times by minus y. Now here's the negative numbers coming back in now. When you have two negatives, when the signs are the same, the answer is always plus. So minus 3 times by minus y will give us an answer of plus 3y. So in this particular question here, what we need to do is we need to do a further line of simplification. So we have 3x minus 3x, that will give us 0x, nothing. The x is gone, they've evaporated. We have 6y and we have another 3y. So the final answer will only be 9y. And that's it. 9y. Okay, 9y. Right, let's have a look at this last section over here. Check. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, the last part here. We have here in the first set of brackets, we have x minus 2y in the first bracket, times by 7. In the second bracket, 2x plus y times by minus 3. Hope that's not the same question. No, it's not the same question. Good. Right, let's start multiplying it out. Hassan, are you ready?
Yeah.
So we have 7. We multiply it by the x. 7 times by x is 7x. 7 times by minus 2y will give us what's it? Minus 14y. Done. Now Hassan, what's this number here? Is this 3 or minus 3? Minus 3. Minus 3 times by 2x. Remember it's times. Minus 3 times by 2x will give you minus 6x. Minus 3, then now you have to multiply by the plus y. Minus 3 times by the second item plus y will give you a what? Minus 3y. When the signs are different, the answer is always minus. So now let's do a spot of simplification. So we have a 7x and a minus 6x, and that will give us an answer of simply x. Okay, we have minus 14y, I owe you 14 and I owe you another 3. So that means I owe you altogether 17. Done. So the answer is x minus 17y for that one. Okay, we've got 2 more questions to do, folks, on this video, clip 103. And then I'm going to give my students some questions to do, and you can do some questions as well from the mathswatch CD for that. Right, let's get back to the last 2 questions then. So here we go. Now we have 3y squared plus 4y inside the brackets, being all of it multiplied by the 2y squared outside. So let's start with the 2y squared and multiply it by the first and then the second item. So 2y squared times by 3y cubed. Okay, I hope I didn't say squared earlier, that's 3y cubed. So 2 times by 3, Hassan will give us 6. Y squared times by y cubed will give us y to the power of 5. Okay? So that's the first part done. Now, the next part. So 2y squared, we're going to multiply it by 4y. So we multiply the numerical parts first. 2 times by plus 4 is 8. Y squared times by y is going to give us y to the power of 3. Because that one already is the power of 1. Y squared times by y to